Hello and welcome. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy, and this is the number 35 Chew review. And as you just saw, it will be a twist. It will be what I call a fold-over twist. So there are a couple of things that stand out about this, but basically those couple things fall down to one thing. And that is right there. What that says is all burly. Now, what that means, I'm not quite sure yet, but I find it interesting because, as some of you know, I am a pipe smoker, and there are many different blends of pipe tobacco, and those blends are usually listed as what kind of tobaccos are involved in the blend. So this sort of gives me the feel of like a different blend of chewing tobacco, if you get what I'm saying. Whereas, let's say, Stoker's loose leaf, they have at least 12 varieties, not including the Tennessees, so 14 altogether. 15, forgot the Bold Supreme. They, for all intents and purposes, as far as we know, are the same tobacco with different flavorings added. I mean, maybe they're not, but I mean, I don't have a lab on site here where I can run tests to find out what kind of leaf is being used. Whereas this is being actually, it's saying that we're making a point of saying that this is all burley. And from what I can see inside the package, compared to the Wild Duck of about a week ago, the leaf is blonde-ish. The Wild Duck was dark. So, all that said, let's take a look at the packaging. Futurity, I believe. Okay, it is a fold-over twist, like the Wild Duck. It denotes that it is natural leaf chewing tobacco. I do not believe this is sweetened. There's nothing about this that's telling me that it's sweetened. But again, it is very interesting that it does denote that it is all burley. It is a shorter bag than the normal twists, the braid twists. On the back, you have the warning label again and the barcode. It is a product of the R.C. Owen Company of Gallatin, Tennessee. Sale is only allowed in the United States. Underneath the back seam, one twist and a lot number, which is basically the date that I am taking is the made on date. In this case, it is the 7th of January, 2019. Pretty fresh by any chew standards. Underneath that, it is noted that it is 100% domestic tobacco. So, I am going to carefully cut the bottom of this because I want to save the bag. Didn't mean to do that. It is a natural, earthy smell. It's not quite as dark. It's definitely it's a little bit more airy than the Wild Duck was. And it is definitely a lighter color. Now, little bit crinkly, but it's pretty pliable. Now, I call these foldovers because unlike the braid that's on a regular length twist, this is basically a twist. When they say twist, they're not actually talking about that spiral, the loop and the spiral. That spiral isn't the twist. The twist is the roll of tobacco that most twists are then wrapped around in that spiral. Okay? This one is a twist of tobacco that's basically folded over on itself. So basically it starts here, goes up, folds over, and then there is like a clamp knot at the bottom. It then looks like they roll or press the product. Now, if you look back at the Wild Duck review, you will notice the difference in color. The leaf of this is blonde compared to the Wild Duck, which was pretty dark. So I'm going to hit the pause button and I'm going to cut a piece off of this and also see what the tobacco inside is like. Because really, this outer part, what you're looking at here, is sort of a wrapper. Sort of like a cigar type idea. The filler could be a little different. So I will be back in a moment. And I am back. So I don't know if this light's going to help or not. It is actually lighter leaf inside as well. Okay. I have taken the end where it actually folds over off, which is right here. But it is noticeably lighter leaf inside as well as the wrapper outside. So I'm going to throw this in and then I'm going to hit the pause button again. And I will be back in a few minutes to let you know what I think. Okay, one more time there. And I am back. Okay, like the other twists, especially the ones from R.C. Owen, you really, really have to chew this stuff to get it going. I mean, you gotta work at it like you're chewing on a steak. This, it's different. It's different from the Wild Duck and their longer twists. It's still bitter, but just a little bit down from what the Wild Duck was. It's zingy in the mouth. I'm not saying that means it's stronger or there's more nicotine, but it is noticeably, it's bordering on stingy, to tell you the truth, on the tongue. Now, I got it over here, obviously, but this side of my tongue, it feels like I'm rolling around a snooze pouch portion on my tongue. It's noticeably zingy. I don't want to say stingy, but it's got a mouthfeel to it. It's a lighter flavor, and it's a little less bitter, but make no mistake, it is still bitter. It's not to the level of the Wild Duck. Leaf is a little lighter inside and out. Spit's a little lighter. Flavor-wise, this is not going to be for most people. This is not going to even be for guys that like naturals dip-wise, because there's really no salt content to it, and taste anyway. It's interesting, and I have respect for, how it's traditionally made and the fact that they are putting a product out that is a different leaf content from the usual or their usual. But flavor-wise, this is not going to appeal to 99% of people. I can appreciate it, but outside of a review, I don't think I would buy this stuff. Maybe as like a novelty factor, but this is not the flavor profile that I'm looking for in any smokeless product. And that's going to be for most people. Now, I am noticing the longer it's in now, that zingy mouthfeel that was going on is starting to subside. So maybe that was nicotine absorption. I don't know. I don't know. I mean, I don't feel any like rush or anything like that. And this has to be air dried. I'm thinking this is air or sun cured. Just basically laid out and let to dry. So I'm not sure why that felt like that, but it definitely did. This company, R.C. Owen, I do not know how many products they have. I have in my possession 5, and I've done this will be the 4th. There is another fold-over Twists Axton, and I'm waiting to hear from my guy down in Kentucky to see if there's more otherwise. He is in twist country, evidently. So that's why I had said in a previous video that you're going to see some twist reviews, because that's what happens in his part of Kentucky. When he lived south of where he is now in Tennessee, it was all plug. But to the area where he's moved, the older guys, they all chew twist, whether it be from this company or if it's an American snuff product, etc. As for in the mouth, it stays pretty firm. You got to get it soft enough to where it packs down, you have to really chew. But once it's like that, it stays pretty firm. It is shorter strands, but it doesn't create the mess that plug does. Plug, depending on the plug, can get sort of messy, depending how long you've kept it in for. This comes out clean in one piece. But again, the big drawback of this is going to be the flavor. This is not a flavor that almost anyone is going to like, outside of the novelty of trying it out or doing a review on it or having an appreciation on how old school it is. So just keep that in mind. I am guessing that this company has fairly limited distribution range. Okay? I'm getting it mailed to me. All right? I'm doing it to add depth and content to this channel. Outside Kentucky, Tennessee, maybe Southern Ohio, Illinois, Indiana, I don't see you being able to find this. Limited information online about the company, although you can find pictures of their facility and where they are located on a map. But besides that, not a whole lot. They did at one time, evidently, I think it was called Old Hillside. They sold burlap bagged loose tobacco for pipes. Don't think that's on the market anymore. But at one time, I have seen pictures of this. So, if you have appreciation for tobacco and how it's made and how it used to be made and, you know, the old ways of make, you know, if you have appreciation for that, novelty-wise, you might want to check it out if you see it. I'm guessing this costs well under $3. All right? But as like a, like, this is definitely not a dessert chew. Let me put it that way. This is not Stoker's Apple. Okay? So, this has been the review of Futurity all burly, fold-over twist chewing tobacco from the R.C. Owen Company of Gallatin, Tennessee. I am the Suit&Tie Dip&ChewGuy. I'd like to say hello and thank you to Josh Catron and Tyler Gardina. Sorry, Tyler. I do thank you, though. I hope everyone is well. Do take care of yourselves, and as always, God bless.